The girl immediately recognized the pipa at the auction. It was an ancient treasure worth billions. She stood up and went on stage, holding the pipa close to her chest. At that moment, the audience below thought that a girl raised in the countryside could never possibly play the pipa, but in the next second, she not only played a beautiful melody, but a vision of a nine heavens phoenix appeared. It turned out the girl had crossed over from ancient times. She was highly anticipated since childhood, and was skilled in music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. On her 18th birthday, she unexpectedly traveled to this strange era, and became the long-lost true heir. When the girl first returned home, even the servants in the house looked down on her. The country girl, but with just one look, the girl made the maid smile and welcome her inside. The force of her presence made the maid inexplicably feel a sense of fear. When her biological mother approached and took her hand, wanting to show concern for her daughter lost for 20 years, she was pulled away by the fake daughter, who had been raised in the family for 20 years. What the fake daughter didn't know was that her arrogant behavior was nothing more than a joke in the eyes of this country girl. At that moment, the old master, looking at the girl who grew up playing in the mud in the countryside, worried her actions might become a joke for the family. So he decided to casually settle her in for now and have the maid hire a tutor to teach her, so she wouldn't embarrass the family outside. However, the girl's father, along with her brother and sister, mocked her for being ignorant and uncouth, and incapable of learning the complex rules of a wealthy family. Only her biological mother looked worried. At that moment, the girl suddenly ordered the maid to pour her a cup of tea, and when she presented tea to her grandfather, she showed off the etiquette she had learned in the past. Seeing his granddaughter so composed and graceful, the grandfather suddenly realized that the granddaughter he had adopted for 20 years could never compare to his own biological granddaughter. With just a few words, the girl gained her grandfather's approval. Then she followed the maid to her room. She saw various strange dolls placed on the bed, thinking they were meant for little children. At this point, the maid assumed the girl had never seen such a luxurious room, and was left speechless. After a few casual words, the maid was about to leave, but the girl angrily scolded the maid, demanding her to change the room to her preferred style. The maid was immediately intimidated by the girl's imposing aura, and had no choice but to comply. To adapt to this complex family and new era as quickly as possible, the girl picked up books from the bookshelf, and fully focused on studying the knowledge and laws of this world. She was also surprised to discover that under the current laws, she could even contest for a share of the inheritance. The next morning, a loud knocking woke her up. Soon, a domineering woman walked in, claiming to be the family tutor, but the girl immediately criticized her behavior as rude, saying she was unfit to be a teacher. She also stated that, as the mistress of the house, she had not been given the respect she deserved, and then kicked the teacher out. When her father learned that the girl had sent the tutor away, he immediately started scolding her, calling her a wild girl raised in the countryside, not only ignorant of manners, but also disrespecting him, her father, and with that, he raised his hand to slap her. Thankfully, her grandfather arrived just in time.